A very good morning, students. I'm Shomadeep, your tutor for today. And today I'm going to talk about a very famous, yet very funny and very easy topic that you might already be knowing. But what am I going to give you more today? I'm going to draw a beautiful analogy so that you don't forget and you don't get confused among these topics in the rest of your life. What is the topic that we're going to study? Today, we will be studying modes of heat transfer. So students, you might be knowing there are three basic modes of heat transfer, right? Conduction, convection, and radiation, right? So these are the three basic modes of heat transfer. Now, the students that are learning these basic modes of heat transfer, they might get confused in the first time when they learn it, right? So how do you recognize which is the process and how do you remember it? That's really a problem. I'm going to give you a basic solution for that. Let us do something. Let us start today's class and let us formulate something into our mind so that we never forget these three processes ever again. What we'll do? What is the first process? It's conduction, right? Conduction. What is the second process? Convection. We have learned about it. Convection. And what is the third but not the least is radiation, isn't it? Radiation. So students, these are the three processes of heat transfer. Now, let me give you a very simple and funny example. Imagine you in your class is sitting on the first bench and your best friend is sitting on the last bench. Now he or she from the last bench asks you for your help. What help? He or she is asking for your geometry box or your pencil box, whatever you may feel convenient to. So how can you pass the geometry box? How can you give it to him or her? There are three methods, three basic methods. Number one, what you'll do, you'll take your box, you'll get up from your seat, you will go to your friend and you will give him or her the box. That's number one. Okay, so we've got here scenario number one, isn't it? What is number two? What is number two? Let us do something. Let us imagine this to be the number one. What is the scenario number two? Scenario number two is you pass the box to the bench behind you. They pass the box to the bench behind them. And like this, you keep on passing the box. So for example, if you're sitting in the front bench and your friend is sitting in the last bench, you keep on passing the box until it reaches your friend. That's the second process, right? What was the first one? You go up, you take the box and give it to your friend. The first one. Last but never the least, the third method, not so advisable though, that from here, you take the box, you throw it towards your friend and he or she catches the box, right? These are the three basic methods. Now you might be thinking, why sir is telling all these examples? We need to learn the concept of transfer of heat. Dear students, let me tell you, if you learn by using these kind of examples, you're never going to forget that concept. Imagine the pencil box to be heat energy. What is the pencil box or the geometry box? It's heat energy, right? Heat energy. You are the source here. You are the source. And your friend here is the sink, you can say. What is a sink? That takes the energy, that absorbs the energy. Okay. And what is the source? That supplies the energy. So if the source supplies the energy such that it gets transferred from one molecule to the other, from the other molecule to the other one, to the next one, to the next one, and like this, it got to the sink finally. This process of heat transfer from molecule to molecule collision is known as conduction. The process by which this molecule itself moves from its place and transfer the heat, you see, is known as convection. And the process in which no medium is required. No medium is required, my dear students. From the source, it directly reaches to the sink. This process is known as the radiation. Is it clear? I hope this process is clear now. So in case of conduction, no actual movement of the molecule or the source takes place. The heat energy gets transferred from molecule to molecule or particle to particle, you can say. In case of convection, the actual molecule along with the heat energy, they transfers, they move. That's why we have a term convection cycle. Remember when we are seeing the example for bits of paper inside a boiling water tub? Remember that convection cycle, right? And for radiation, for example, heat, how it is reaching from the sun to earth, because there is no medium in between. How is it reaching? By the process of radiation. So students, that was it for today. That was it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the class. And like this, with very special and funny and silly examples, I must say, we will be conducting more classes, in more further classes, in which we will be discussing more important topics in greater depths. So for now, enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you for being so enjoyable and making the class so interactive. Thank you. And we'll again meet in the next class.